Yo, what is up, fam? It's your boy Macho. Today I'm bringing you the Techno build. Absolutely crazy. They've been asking me in my chat, what build is this? What are we using? How are we doing so much damage? Yo, we've been helping viewers clear tier 15s. I also enjoy playing tier 15s myself. I enjoy the challenge. I enjoy the loot. I enjoy making the builds. That's what really has me attracted to this game right now. So if you guys ever play and you need some help, check us out over on Twitch, the link below. In this video, the way I have it structured is right now I'm going to give you the intro. After this, I'm going to give you the build, and then I'm just going to break it down, and I might give you some gameplay towards the end of the video. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I have some defensive mods on this build. That way you don't die, especially when you play by yourself. But if you're playing in a group, you probably won't need those mods because you'll have your teammates pushing in the front, debuffing stuff, taking all that damage that you shouldn't be taking. But yeah, without further ado, let's get it. All right, fam, here we go. Bear with me. The Latino's going to come out of me, all right? You're going to hear my Latino accent a lot. So right here we have skills, blighted rounds. This fills your current magazine with decay-infused bullets that inflict toxic onto enemies. Enemies within a radius of the main target also receive toxic and 50% of the damage. So the skill lasts until you reload or switch weapons, which you never want to do. Honestly, you don't even want to lose the bullets. You want to keep these bullets up going the whole time, and we're going to have mods to do that. All right, so I just want to finish explaining these skills to you. Cold snap. This is kind of my utility to like freeze enemies, and this gadget works very well when you're in trouble, when you have a lot of ads all over you. You know, when you're trying to get like some perfect shots on the elite or anything, this works perfect. So it drops the gadgets that inflicts freeze onto all the enemies within a large radius around you. It works super beautiful, and you could even extend the radius if you want, but in this build we don't have that type of cold snap focus build. Blighted turret, also another beautiful skill, and this, when you throw it out, is going to give us damage every time, so we want to continuously throw it out every 6 seconds to boost our damage, right? Place an automated turret that deals 2,000 damage and inflicts toxic onto enemies. The turret health depletes slowly over time and when it takes damage. All right, so right here I'm going to show you the class tree. We're going with top tree. When you're running a Technomancer, if you guys haven't already noticed, if you look at the actual like first node on the skill tree, is going to show you that it's a long range support gadget build. All right, so melee deals freeze damage, real small damage in a small radius, and also your healing mechanic is you will receive a portion of the damage you deal as health. All right, so this means you want to continuously be pumping out that DPS, that burst assault for now, because it's one of the best damage weapons. And you also get increased long range weapon damage by 15%. You get increased skill leech and increased weapon leech. So Technomancer is definitely the gun build in my opinion. And I'm actually kind of sad that I didn't make this one first, but my pyro is beautiful. I love the pyro. You guys been enjoying the pyro. We helped so many people with the pyro. Pyro is actually, I want to say second best, if not to a lot of people, the best character right now, the best class. Pyro is amazing. All right, check out the thermal build that we have, the build before this one. That's a beautiful one. So right here we have increased weapon damage. I'm sorry, I'm going off the way, right? So we're just going with the skill tree, as you can see on top tree. I'll go over these real quick to make up for some time. Right here we have weapon leech. We also are using a decay skill cooldowns because we're using our turret quite often, so that really works. Right here we have armor piercing increased, so when we're shooting certain ads or certain enemies. Right here we have increased crit damage. We also went with exposing toxin. Every time toxin is affected on an enemy, vulnerable status is inflicted, and then marked for execution is like a must, right? Vulnerable afflicted on enemies is 40% more effective, giving you so much more damage, right? Vulnerable gives the enemy 25% damage buff, and then you're gonna add 40%, make it 40% more effective with this one node. So really useful. Nitrogen capsules, this decreases the long range distance by 3 meters. We also have weapon damage right here. We have some more nitrogen capsules, so 6 meters already on these 2 nodes. Then we have purge. Enemies afflicted with toxic receive 10% more damage. Anything with toxic you want to slam on and do more damage. Increased weapon damage. Right here we have assault rifle damage, 20%. Also increases your assault rifle drops. Right here we have assault rifle weapon damage, by 12%. So this is like the perfect tree for the burst. Right here we have an armor piercing. We also have, this is kind of like a glass cannon if you play Destiny. If you don't, or Division, if you didn't play Division, this basically is gonna make you receive more damage at the cost of doing more damage, right? So really useful talent. It's really gonna punish a lot of people though, all right? So if you're dying consistently, constantly, all the time, I don't advise you don't use this node. But if you just can't stay alive even with the armor mods, then that's when I would suggest not using this node, right? But I'm using it, I'm loving it. You know, sometimes I might go down, but it's okay. You just charge it to the game, get back up. The build does enough damage with assault rifles that you don't always need your blighted rounds, all right? So if your blighted rounds go out because you're playing in a group, because you're trying to shoot a boss and they don't die for whatever reason, maybe you're missing your shots, which happens to me sometimes, at that point, you know, you're gonna be okay, right? So sharpshooter, increase your long range weapon damage by 30%. We have increased magazine size by 50%, real useful. Then we went with the bottom, where enemies affected by toxic receive 15% more damage. And then lastly, we finish with empowering antenna. So when you activate this, it increases your weapon damage for you and your allies by 40% for 10 seconds, all right? That's why we're consistently throwing out our blighted turret every 6 seconds, all right? Because every 10 seconds is going to give our team 40% damage, all right, for 10 seconds. So make sure you're spamming that as much as you can. You have a few seconds in between, but that for sure needs to be used a ton, all right, for this build to get that nice, fat, juicy damage, all right? And once again, it's for you and your allies, all right? So this makes it like even more incredible, more of a reason to use, right? So right here we have the DLC Earthborn Renegades Assault Rifle, okay? This is a beautiful rifle. If you want, you can check out my man Wid's video on how to get this rifle maxed, and it's a god roll, beautiful, insane rifle, all right? You get it from the DLC. If you have the Hell Rangers DLC and in your stash, you can get this weapon and you can customize it. There's different ways to get it to like the highest damage you can. I'm not really too crazy about it. Sometimes I grab it and I'll just randomly like upgrade it. I'm not doing like 10 or 20 at a time. I'm just doing it one at a time. Sometimes if we fail the expedition or if I load up, I'll just grab the weapon and see if I get a better roll, you know, by chance, right? So right here, I'm gonna go over each piece of gear. Now you know the weapon, and this is the only weapon you're gonna need, all right? I know it sounds crazy, but you don't need any other weapon. You don't need any weapon swapping. Bone shrapnel, because this is gonna give you damage, aerial damage on a killing shot, all right? It detonates the enemy's bones, turning them into shrapnel that deals 203,000 damage, all right? And it also inflicts bleed on enemies within a 5-meter radius. After you upgrade this all the way, you're gonna slap killing spree on this bad boy, all right? Killing shots increase your damage by 25% for 20 seconds. Bonus deteriorates with time, and it stacks up to 3 kills. So 75% damage overall maximum on this weapon. Absolutely beautiful. Right here, every single piece of gear you want to have bonus firepower, long range damage, and close range damage. If you can't have those 3 attributes, I suggest getting cooldown reduction as your 4th in case. As you can see, my only pair of boots, or my only pair of gear that doesn't have all 3 bonus firepower, close range, long range, is my boots, because I haven't been able to get them yet. This is my 2nd session on my Techno. My first session was on the 26-hour stream where they made me shave my beard and mustache. Rip the dream. But thank you for the support. 1,600 subs on Twitch. Feels good, man. So right here, we're going to start. As you can see, like I said, bonus firepower, close range, long range on every single attribute that you can. And the last one we couldn't. So we're going to go over the mods now, okay? These mods are very important. I understand some of you guys don't have a lot of these tier 3 mods. And I actually had to grind for at least like 10 to 12 hours to get some of these mods. The Euthanizer being the hardest one to get, all right? Euthanizer was hard because they rode on some gloves, and we were finally able to get them yesterday on stream. All right, so Sharp Eye and Bloodlust. This is a beautiful combo. It's also a combo that comes on Sergio's Beret. So you could use Sergio's Beret if you wanted to, but you would be losing out on 10% close range and 10% long range, which is not advised in this type of build, but you can still, like, it could still work, all right? 10% damage ain't nothing too crazy, but just remember, if you're hitting for 1 million, that's 100,000 damage you're not gonna get, right? And some of the shots we do on the stream are 5 million when our pyro buffs us with the thermal build that we made. Absolutely amazing damage. It's like bliss. All right, killing those ads. Bonus firepower, like I said, sharp eye. So both of these talents are gonna work off kills, okay? And they're both gonna stack 3 times, and they're both gonna give you some nice firepower damages. All right. So for sharp eye, since it's a tier 3 mod, is gonna last 10 more seconds than bloodlust tier 2. So bloodlust lasts for 10 seconds, while sharp eye lasts for 20. 16k damage on sharp eye, 17k damage on bloodlust. Both of them stack up to 3 times. Beautiful damage. All right. This is gonna give you insane firepower, and firepower increases weapon damage your character deals. The increase is displayed in the weapon damage bonus statistic, and our weapon damage bonus right now is 109%. All right. All right. So the next one is gonna be our second piece of gear, which is our chest. All right. And right here, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're playing solo, you want to have some armor mods. I'll let the armor mods be up to you. I'm not using emergency stance in this build. By all means, you could use emergency stance, and you probably wouldn't need 2 mods. You probably just use 1 for now, all right, until they make some changes in the future. But for right now, I'm trying to show you a different way, right? I'm not trying to use emergency stance, but like I said, once again, you can use emergency stance, all right? Nothing wrong with it. Play the game how you want. You paid for it. Enjoy it the way you enjoy it. All right, Euthanizer. This is going to deal 25% more damage against enemies afflicted by toxic. Wow, that's toxic. And I love it. All right, so damage absorber is what I'm running also. And this is going to increase my armor by 52k, as you can see up here. And what armor does is decreases enemies' physical damage against you. The decrease is displayed in the physical damage reduction statistic. All right, so if you don't want to use damage absorber, you don't want to increase your resistance or anything, you could go with crit stack. Crit stack is beautiful because you want to be trying to add and amplify all the damage you can. And once again, I have the perfect row on this piece of gear, and when I'm playing in a group, I'm most likely going to run this type of build, all right, with my teammates. So here we have, again, bonus long range, close range. Then we have Captain Hunter. I feel like Captain Hunter is a must because elites are not your friend, all right? Elites will try to mess up your vibes. They will try to make you restart, and they would try to destroy you, okay? So Captain Hunter is a must. This is going to give you 25% more damage against elites. And you already know it only works on elites, obviously. I just feel like I have to say that. But Radical Therapy gives you 15% more damage against enemies afflicted by toxic. So we're trying to stack all of that, all right? This is a toxic build. We're trying to get as toxic as we can. So after that, we're going to go with the gloves. Right here, I'm using mitigation from death. Personally, I feel like it's a really good choice. And I kind of stand by it, right? For this type of build, right? So you need some survivability. I'm not even going to lie to you. The weapon leech is good. If you can land all your shots, you don't need any survivability because the weapon leech is going to carry you, because you're going to do so much damage that your health is going to be filled most of the time. But mitigation from death really helps me help people and helps me stay alive, all right? Killing enemies while aiming down sights grants 45k armor, you already know, for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times, almost 150k armor, which is going to give you that physical damage reduction. All right, so it's beautiful. And then a tier 3 mod named Stare into the Barrel, the Latino coming out of me. It boosts your firepower by 10k for each enemy in close range. It stacks up to 5 times. Yo, listen, this absolutely melts if you're getting surrounded by enemies. This gives you 50,000 firepower. That's crazy juice. Okay, so make sure you're using Stare into the Barrel. And then lastly, on our last piece of gear, which is not perfect yet since we have cooldown reduction, but it's okay. You know, I'm using it. I'm enjoying it. Kingslayer. All right, Kingslayer. Critical hits on any elite enemies. There's a lot of elites in this game, okay? Any elite enemy hit with this is going to give you 32,000 firepower for 6 seconds. You're going to obliterate anything in your path. Toxic Lead, since you don't have any other way to refill your magazine or replenish, excuse me, not refill. You don't want to refill because then you're going to lose the buff. You want to replenish. So killing an enemy affected with Toxic will instantly replenish 40% of your ammo in your magazine, making this one of the best builds in my opinion. It absolutely destroys any content. And if you've been watching the stream, you already know that's true. So thank you guys so much for supporting me, for watching the content. And I hope you really enjoy this game so far. Even with all the little issues there are, hopefully they fix them in the future, which I believe they will. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll catch you over on Twitch after this vid. Let's get it, baby. Let's go.
I'm just waiting for the fight, but you won't even try to survive you.